Yesterday, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine announced he tested positive for the coronavirus and hours later said he tested negative. It's where we begin tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rich Pierce.
And I'm Kate Davison. The different results leave many here in the Ohio Valley asking how this could ever happen. News 9's Gage Goulding dove into the facts to find out how. He's joining us live now with the latest. Gage.
Good evening, Rich and Kate. Thank you. It's an interesting scenario for sure. Testing positive the morning you're slated to meet the President of the United States, and then later that evening testing negative. This leaving many asking how the governor got access to 2 coronavirus tests in the same day and getting those test results back. Plus, how did the results come back different?
Yesterday was a kind of a crazy day. I just saw this. Kind of a crazy thing to take a look at for me anyway. But it was a kind of a roller coaster day.
It all started with the antigen test, which Governor DeWine took in order to meet the president, who spoke in Sandusky County Thursday. He tested positive on that test. Later in the day, however, the governor saying he tested negative, this time using a different test, a PCR test, or polymerase chain reaction test. But first, how did he get 2 tests only hours apart? Local health experts weigh in.
How did the governor get 2 tests in less than 24 hours?
So the governor is the governor. He's got access to more testing. There are ways that we can prioritize who gets tested. In this case, it was simply because of his position. I think they wanted to make sure he was protected and the people around him.
PCR tests are used for testing residents of the Buckeye State in what the governor called the golden standard in a press conference today, which leads to the next question.
Is one more reliable than the other?
Yeah, the initial test that he had done to be around the president was the rapid antigen test. That one is less accurate, but it's much quicker. The second one, PCR, I guess it's the second and the third he had was the PCR, which is a more rapid, it's a more accurate but slower test.
There could be a situation where someone does receive a false positive and there's a preconceived notion that there is a positive test out there that is not actually positive.
It's possible, yeah. The tests that we're getting are reliable. There is a margin of error in all testing.
Another question I asked is if it's possible for someone that has tested positive for COVID-19 to get another test, just to double check.
Gage Goulding reporting there.